Hello everyone. This is a quick overview of a small system that I built for IST231 Introduction to Databases. In this course, we teach Microsoft SQL to the students, the basics of writing proper queries, insert, update, delete, UDML, in addition to schema queries for creating tables, creating databases, how to do joins. So the way we teach this course, I believe, using the traditional tools such as a local MS SQL server, for example, have been inefficient a little bit, and the companion book itself actually is teaching Postgres SQL, not Microsoft SQL, which is another problem with the way we teach this course. And last but not least, the dataset that is included with the book, in addition to the difficulty level, there is a mismatch between that and our students, we can say that. So using this platform, SQL Playground, it's basically a clone of programmers, but with enhancements that cater to our students. So without further ado, let me just go to sql.kuwaitdevs.com. It's still work in progress, but I think currently it's good to go for this summer course. Okay, so we have the interface. It's very basic, a place to write your queries, the tables list here with the columns and their data types, in addition to extra tools that I thought will be helpful. For example, dark and light mode. Why not? Okay. Schema diagram, which will show you the tables and their relationships. Okay. And you can, of course, see that we have some of the tables that are already mentioned in the book, in addition to new tables that I thought will be very helpful for the students to learn about. Notes are just session-based notes that the student can use to just basically write anything temporarily. Maybe they can run multiple queries, for example, orders, and then keep that query in their notes, and then run another query, for example. And they want to go back to that query, they can use notes again, you know. And in addition, I added a dedicated capture screen button. Okay, this capture button will do two things. It will copy the screenshot to clipboard. In addition, it will download the screenshot to the computer. So, and I timestamp the screenshot so that at least we know it was done by the student at which time, using which IP address. Okay, this is as authentic as I can make it be for now. So this is the guest mode. Guest mode, that means you can only run selected queries, I believe, if you try to insert into, this is what create areas. And then we can say ID. It's the last ID here, 160, for example. You can see that you cannot make changes to to the tables or to the schema in guest mode. So it is only, it is read only, we can say. Okay. So how can you actually make changes? You have to log in. And for login, there are two main roles. The instructor role, which you can see it here. After you log in as an instructor, you will be taken to this page. In addition to the student role, we will do a full import now. So at the start of the semester, what you need to do is export your students from the participants page. So go to my courses and then to the database course. And again, by the way, we can even use it for other, if we're teaching data analysis, for example, maybe we can use the same platform for that as well. So I'll select from filters, roles, and then I will filter on students. Afterwards, I will select all the students and export them to CSV file. Okay, once that is done, all you need to do is go to your dashboard and import the students for the course and section. Yeah, you have to select the section. For me, this is section 1. So I'll select section 1, choose CSV. I'll select the CSV file. It will show you a preview. It didn't actually do the import, so you can make sure that everything is correct. And then you can select import. During the import, the system will create a student account in addition to a dedicated database for the students. And this is where we diverge completely from programmers. Programmers, session-based, very basic, does not actually give you proper database. It is just a dummy database. Okay, while what we do here actually is create a real database for the student, a real database that means they can actually connect to it through SSMS. Okay, so that's the first advantage. The second advantage is that at any point they mess up, they, I don't know, they write a faulty delete or alter or drop query, they can easily reset their databases to baseline. Okay, so those are we can say the two main advantages. The third advantage is that I added my own dataset from Kuwait census instead of US census, which makes, to me at least, it makes more sense that we use data related to Kuwait. Okay, so I forgot which datasets I included. I include multiple datasets. Let me just. So Kuwait area, education level, you can see them here actually. I went the complicated way. Okay, let's wait for the data to be imported. You can see them here. I prefixed these datasets with Kuwait. So Kuwait area, Kuwait education level by Gov, Kuwait Governorate, this is the lookup table, Kuwait nationality by Gov, Kuwait population count by area, and Kuwait area, another lookup table. So two lookup tables, so they can do joins. For example, they can select star from, let's say, Kuwait population count. Okay. By area. And then we can do, for example, join. And this Kuwait population by area, you can see here I have area ID as a foreign key. And from this select, I will pick, let's pick the population count and the area name. Okay, and you can see that the join between these two tables is working. And this is an example of a simple join. And I believe that this combined, for example, with a where condition, where area ID, for example, we can say let's bring area ID here actually. I forgot. Let's say area ID equals 5. So this is good enough actually for midterm and final. Final, of course, for the final exam will be including insert, update, delete statements, maybe create table. So I believe it is a good match for the chief learning outcomes for this course. Okay. So this is just an example. In addition to, I believe in the schema diagram, I made an improvement here that if you organize the tables, I'm not sure if the slides yet, but you can group tables, and this is something the students should learn to do, how to reorder the ERD, because we do that in SQL Management Studio actually. I reorder this so these two are together and these three are together. I didn't make relationships between these tables yet. I'm not sure if I will. For sure we will improve on this system further. If you make these changes, what you can do, if you go back, I believe you need to be logged in. But let me try anyway. You need to be logged in. So let me log in actually with the student so I can show you. I have a test student. Test. I forgot the password. And you can see that it is semester based. Okay. So for now, the default semester or the current semester is summer. The course is Introduction to Database. Let's give it a minute. This import process, of course, you have to do once only at the start of the semester. What we can do further is that I'm creating a booklet especially for this course. Okay? And this booklet will be using this system exclusively. So I will be adding links. For example, this query, select star from teacher. If you take it, the teacher's table is already there. So what I can do further is that maybe create a link to the system. For example, query example equals 1 to 12. So if you click on this link, it will immediately take you to this query in addition to some notes specifically for this query. And this is where learning becomes more interactive. So you can a little bit interact with the system, unlike SQL Management Studio, where it is just, it assumes that you know everything. Okay? While with this system, we can guide the student, and later maybe we can add some AI features. So for example, if I made a mistake in this query, okay? For example, I dropped the S and I ran that query. Invalid object name. And then maybe an AI assistant will come and tell you, okay, based on this, what you wrote here and the error and what schema, because the AI will be able to see all of that at the same time. A solution might be, and it will not give the student a solution, it will tell the student, it will give him a hint, him or her, a hint that maybe it is, have you tried to do X and Y and Z, for example? So this is, for sure, I'm looking forward to adding this feature as well. So I think this is done, import is done, okay. So let's select the course again. Turkish, okay. So I have all my students here. And here we can say that programmers got nothing on us, okay? Here we have a full control of all of our students which database they are using, and this is again a real database, the password that they are using for login, so we can send it to them. Okay, for example, let me change actually. There's no edit yet. I didn't add edit feature to. I should add that feature. But for now, what you can do is log in with that student. Let me log in with that student account. And this is the test student. So what can the test student do? If I run select start from teachers, and of course shortcuts work here. So command / to comment the query, and this query of course will not be executed. It's insert into teachers, for example, or let's run an update teachers, set first name equals Anna square ID equals 1, for example. If I run that, and then I run, let me comment this and uncomment that, and then I run again, I can update the data. Okay, I can even create a table if I want to. So let me grab a create table. This table already exists. Okay, and this is the beautiful part, that whenever you see a query in the booklet, for sure you will find a relevant data here for it. Unlike when we use programmers, or when we use W3 School, there is a mismatch between what we teach and what the platform is offering, which I believe is causing a lot of confusion. For sure, I didn't discard all the queries and all the examples in the book. I just selected simpler examples for advanced level. So as you approach chapter 7, chapter 8, the examples become harder and become more focused towards a specific data set, which is again the US population, US census, which I believe is not, the student won't find it interesting. So that's why I replaced it with this data set, which is actually very interesting. I can show you some examples of that. So but for now, let me create a table. Okay, this is good enough. This table, run. And you can see 0 rows affected. And if I comment this and refresh, and you will not lose, by the way, you will not lose all of this. You can see that I have a new table, this table, which is amazing. And it is reflected immediately in the schema diagram. That means the schema diagram is dynamic as well. Okay, you can see it here. And here, if the student drags and drops the schema and refreshes the page, it should preserve the changes. Okay, I didn't. Okay, I'll fix it. Okay, it's still work in progress. Okay, now let's say the last piece of the puzzle, which is the connection string. From here, you have the ability to enable and disable connection string for all students. So I will select test student, and I will toggle SSMS on for that student. After I do that, if I go to the student and I refresh, where is the connection string? Here, you can see it. There is a button called Connect via SSMS. I will click on that button, copy the connection string, and then I have Azure Data Studio, because I'm on Mac. I don't have actually SSMS, but it will work the same. Just go to connection string, paste the connection string, and connect. And voila. Now you have practically removed all disadvantages of this system. So you get a proper connection. SSMS, you can use it from any system without any, let's say, administrative rights or previous setup. You have to set up a database, and maybe the student will delete the database, and then they have to restore it. Okay. So you can see I have full access to all my tables, and I cannot see the other databases of the other students. I'm only scoped to my database. Okay. And this query, I forgot why I wrote this query, but let's run it anyway. Let me connect to my database. Let's run a new query. Okay. It's basically the same query I ran just now. And you can see it's very fast because I upgraded the server. Okay. 16 GB RAM and 8 V CPU, which should be enough for let's say 2 concurrent sessions for now. 2 concurrent sessions can work on this server at the same time. This is another dataset which I found interesting, which is the work status by age group. And yeah, this is it for this demo. You can check server status at any time, available resources, RAM, CPU, as an instructor, of course, only. There's an issue, maybe you can report it. You can add students if you want. And I will add edit student. I forgot how to add that. And of course, at any point, you can reset the database. Let's try it, actually. You can reset from your side or from the student side. So the student here, he made 2 changes, I believe. We updated a teacher name, right? And we created a new table, this table. Empty, I believe, so there's nothing to show. You can see. So if I click on reset, I forgot if I added a message regarding the reset or not. Ah, yes, I did. Okay, good. But I should switch it to a proper dialog. But now it's resetted. If I refresh, we can see the table is no longer there. And if I select star from teachers, the name has been resetted. So I hope the system, as usual, will add value. I like this course. I like databases in general and data analysis. I hope we add more to it, and I hope you enjoy using it. Thank you.